Alright, welcome back to the channel everyone. So I'm upstairs editing the video on the direct drive. Bing bong, knock at the door, and I go to see what it was. Surprise, surprise. Another board from Onsra. So I'm hoping this is my new version 2 direct drive. I'm really excited to see that board and to do a review on it and to talk about the difference between the version 1 and version 2. So you know how the video go. Unbox, quick overview or quick first impressions, and let's go on a first ride. Yep, as we can see, there's a box. I do like the fact that Onsra puts the box within the box so you can keep this. I won't go too far into that. But in the plastic, everything seems good and tight, right and tight in there. Let's get it out on the table and see what all comes with the board. Alright, so what do you get for your hard-earned money? You get the board, you get the rubber wheels, which that's cool. You get a charger, extra belts. Thank you for including extra belts. Any board manufacturer out there, please put an extra set of belts with your board. Remote, T-tool, charger, owner's manual, and Allen wrenches. Now let's take a look at that board. I really like the shape. I really like the matte color, like I said on the Challenger. These cans are obviously way bigger. I'm going to bring up the other belt drives so I can compare it a little bit. But these are obviously bigger. I want to measure it because one of the huge pros on the black Carve, in my opinion, was a shorter deck. And this looks to be longer. This looks more like the Evolved deck. But let's get a measuring tape out. Let's compare them. Alright, right away. So, version 1, version 2. Back wheel are lined up. Right away, wheelbase on the version 2 is longer. Let's measure the decks. Version 2, 39 inches. Version 1, 37 inches. Let's measure the motors real quick. Best I can tell, 2 3/4 and 2 inches. So 3/4 difference right there. Couple inches on the length of the deck. Now let's look at the battery tray, because that's the issue that I had with the Black Carve 1. So if you follow the channel and you've watched my videos, you know that I had an issue with the Black Carve 1 to where I just decided to put screws all the way through the deck and put nuts on the back side. You can see that nut right there, and it held together great after that. But that was, I mean, I guess the main issue, the only really big issue that I had with the Black Carve 1. So let's check this one out. All right, so you can see it is still carbon fiber. It's not the high gloss. I actually like the matte color. They incorporated the emblem on it. There is a lot more screws on this board, and they look to be the bigger screw like they went to on the version 1. About halfway through production, they went to bigger screws. So not longer, but they're wider screws and bigger inserts. So it looks like they carried that over to this board. Hopefully there won't be a problem. There's one at the back, but then at the front, they doubled up quite a few. So if you count the corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screw just from corner to corner on the front, whereas on the back there's 3. So we'll see if that creates a problem or not. The direct drive that has the bigger screws that I have has been holding up, so hopefully that's not an issue. I do like the look of this. It looks like a good board. It's wider. It definitely is wider where you place your feet. The trucks, people have asked, because the direct drive that I got actually had rounded trucks. These aren't rounded. Still have the gold color fittings, but it looks like everything right and tight. Obviously, this is going to be getting cloud wheels because with my weight, cloud wheels just do better for distance. All right, I'm going to try to make the not as long as the Challenger video. So let's just get it charged up. I'm going to charge it up, and the next time you see me, we'll be out riding it. Okay, here it is. We're out for the inaugural ride. I'll try to keep this shorter than the Challenger video, I promise. So let's take it for a ride and let's talk about it. Right, so the first thing that I noticed with stepping on that board is the stance is a lot wider. This is a long board. So I think if I get my numbers wrong, just correct me in the comments, but the original Black Carve was 37 inches. The Evolve is 38 inches long, this is 39 inches long, and then the Eovan at 40 inches long. Now I will say, because of the shape of the deck, just like the Evolve, this doesn't feel like the Eovan. So the Eovan feels like a very big board, very long board, and I think a lot of that's to do with the shape. The concave in the center, it's like you're standing on a log. So trying to roll your feet over to the edges, like your heels and your toe actually lift up off the board trying to carve. This, just like the Evolve, isn't like that. So we'll see how I like it. I mean, I really love the original deck for the black Carve because it was short and so maneuverable. So here's what I'm doing with this board to try something new and try it out and see if I like it or can even ride it. I left the trucks exactly the way they came. So they're actually like super loose. So I'm hoping that helps with the mobility or the agility of the board, even though it's a long deck. I'm hoping having the trucks so loose is going to help with that. Now, I'm not going to be able to go fast like that. If this board gets wonky going, you know, 25 miles an hour with the trucks this loose, I'm coming off the board, and I don't want to do that. So I'm not going to be able to go very fast, but maybe I'll get the handling that I like so much out of the version 1. So that's the first thing that I noticed. The second thing that I noticed is how quiet it is. Can you even hear it in the video? It is windy today, I'm sorry, and it's really cold today, but I wanted to get this video out to y'all. So I'll just do some video of just the board, not me talking, just the board and sound on, and you guys can hear this board. It is as quiet, it's whisper quiet. It's a little bit more than the direct drive. It's not that quiet, but it's definitely as quiet as the Evolve, which a lot of people didn't like the black Carve because of how loud it was. So I mean, I think it's down to Evolve status now, but you tell me what you think in the comments. You think if it's too loud, or you're going with direct drive, or that's perfect, whatever your thoughts are, tell me down in the comments. Alright, let's do a quick acceleration test with the big motors. I know it's not technical, I'm just going to tell you what it feels like. So I am on 3. Let's see if I can floor it. Ooh, a little bit of a jerk. Yeah, that floored. So that was 20 miles an hour. I mean, it's not bad at all. It's not a slush off of the line, that's for sure. It's not going to beat the Evolve though. The Evolve's just deadly off the line. I don't think there's a board out there. Tell me if you know of a board that can beat the Evolve off the line. I don't think there is one. So it's not going to beat the Evolve off the line, but it's definitely no slouch either. You know, it gets up and going just fine. So I'm going 10 miles an hour right now. I cram the brakes. Yeah, brakes are okay. We'll just say okay. Brakes aren't super strong, not as strong as how I'd want them to be, but they're okay. So I think, don't quote me because I haven't counted them, but I think this comes with 15T pulleys on the motors, and with the rubber wheels that came on it, I think Onsra actually putting 45T pulleys on the rubber wheels right out the gate. So I mean, that's the most I'm gonna really gear it down, I guess. I wouldn't go 50 T's, and I mean, I could go, what, a smaller pulley? A smaller pulley on the motor or a bigger pulley on the wheels to gear it down a little bit. So I could go back to like a 14T pulley on the motor, but I think this is adequate, especially with 115 millimeter wheels. Let's talk about the rubber wheels real quick. Hopefully you can hear me with the wind. But I'm so glad to be back on 115 millimeter rubber wheels. These wheels are the best wheel I've ever rode on. I mean, pneumatics are great, don't get me wrong. These aren't as comfortable as pneumatics. They grip like no other, but they're not as comfortable as pneumatics. But I don't like worrying about getting a flat tire, and I don't like being that far off the ground. So as far as like street wheels, we'll say street wheels, these are the best. So if you don't need to go like over 20 miles, if you're one of those people that say, I don't need a board that goes over 20 miles, then just keep the rubber wheels on it, because these are amazing. Now, I'm gonna be doing distance tests, but if you can't tell with the wind, it is really cold. So last week here in Colorado, it was in the 60s. It was beautiful. This entire week, we're getting rain, possibly snow, high of like 47, low into the 20s. So it's almost like winter weather again. And I can't do range tests when it's that cold. It's unfair to the boards. If you haven't rode your board in the cold, you drop about 30 to 40% of your range when it's that cold outside. So for the Challenger and for this new black Carve, we're gonna have to wait a couple weeks for the range tests. But I am gonna get, no matter if it's cold or not, I'm freezing, but I'm gonna get you guys some content. So I already put the 97 millimeter wheels on the Challenger, like you all asked. So that'll be the next video out. And then I'm gonna start going on some rides with this, with the black Carve version 2, and tell you what I think. So far, I really like it. I probably am gonna have to tighten the trucks up a little bit. If I get carving hard, I almost throw myself off the board. So I'll have to tighten them up a little bit. It is bigger, it is longer. Honestly, the deck responds just like the Evolve deck. It's on par with the Evolve deck on how it responds. I do wish that Fabian would have kept the deck shorter, but I'm one of the weird ones that like the shorter deck. I know that some of you guys like the shorter deck too, but Fabian had to go with the masses and the groups, and a lot of people were saying that they want a longer deck like the Evolve, and that's what they did. So we'll see how that goes, but stay tuned to the channel. Thank you everybody. The last video that I posted up on the direct drive, I got so many comments in that, and so many people sharing their experience. So if you have an experience, especially if it's different than mine, if you have an experience that's different than mine, you have to put it in the comments so other people can see how you feel about the board. If you think it sucks and it's terrible and you actually tried it, you're not just saying, oh, it sucks because I like this better. You actually tried it and you have experience with it, then please put it in the comments. You have to. So anybody viewing that video can go to the comments and see how everybody else is getting along with whatever I'm reviewing. So thank you very much for that on the direct drive. It was awesome. I really appreciate it. Okay, so that's the first ride. I mean, I only went, what, 3 miles. I only did 3 miles. It's really cold, guys. That wind and freezing and hurting my face and fingers. So I'm gonna do more tests on this, but so far this is, I mean, I can't tell you if I like it or not because I haven't done enough tests. The deck feels good, but it doesn't feel big, just like the Evolve. It is what it is. I do like the wider stance on the deck compared to the version 1. That is cool. It is whisper quiet compared to the version 1. I'm glad to be back on rubber wheels for right now. We'll see how far it will go on rubber wheels. But I might have to put cloud wheels on it because the rubber wheel just kill the range. The motor seemed powerful, especially off the start. It does lack a little bit in braking. I really wish the Hobby Wing remotes that you could go in and change the sensitivity of the braking and turn it on higher. I think for somebody of, you know, lower weight, less weight, if you weigh 170, 150 pounds, the brakes are going to be amazing for you. But the board's struggling to stop a little bit with 210 pounds on it. I think it's going to do okay uphill, but I have to go and test that. So stay tuned. There's going to be a whole bunch of video on both this and the Challenger. You guys really want to see some more video on the Challenger, so I'm going to get them out to you. I'm going to treat the Challenger almost like a longboard with all my reviews. I'm going to do the distance tests. I'm going to do the hill climbs. I'm going to do all of it. So stay tuned to the channel, more to come, and I'll be getting more video out a lot faster now, especially once it warms up. This week's going to be kind of a toss-up, but I'll try to get a couple out. But thank you very much. Thanks for all the support that you guys give. Thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing the videos. I can't say this enough, and I'm not just blowing smoke when I tell you this. If it wasn't for the viewers, I would probably stop this. It takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, and also a lot of money. I have, I don't know, about 3,000 to 5,000, somewhere in there, of my personal money wrapped up in all this. And if it wasn't for everybody commenting, saying, you know, great video, I really appreciate them. It helped me decide, you know, on whatever board you buy. I don't care what board you buy. It's your money. Buy the board that you want. But if I can help anybody out and save anybody, you know, a little bit of money, like when I bought the WowGo and hated it and wish I would have never bought it, if I can help people not go through that process, then I'm going to. So you guys, all the subscriber, all the viewers, everybody that comments, you guys are the ones keeping me going with this. So thank you very much, and I'll try to crank out videos as fast as I can. Peace until next time. So if you lasted this long in the video, I'm going to give you a little bit of bonus footage. So these are just the 97mm wheel that come with the black Carves. I don't have cool wheels like you guys because I spend my money on cloud wheels. So I don't have the cool Bomas or any of those, or however you pronounce it. So I will run 97mm wheels on the Challenger, obviously. The distance test will be with cloud wheels because that's what came on it. So I always do my first distance test with whatever came on the board. But yeah, there you go. I just looked up the temperature from when I'm outside on the Black Carve version 2. And it's without the wind, 32 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 0 degrees Celsius. And then with the wind, it's got to be dropping it down another 10 degrees Fahrenheit. So no distant rides this week, but we'll get this out on the next video and see how it does with the 97s. Hopefully it helps a little bit with the wheel bite. I know you guys have given me great ideas. Spacers, even moving the trucks a little bit, running these smaller wheels. I really want to try, look at that. There's a wheel bite. I really want to try to learn how to ride that board without doing all that. We'll see if it works out. But if you own one and you've had good luck with, you know, putting spacers or doing whatever, make sure you share that on the video so people know. But thanks for all the ideas. Thanks for the comments. The idea on how to, you know, make this board even better, or the idea of, you know, we want to see a 97mm wheel video. It's coming, guys. Just got to get it out there. Give me a couple days, and I'll see what I can do. Thanks, everybody. Take care.